I got a little replay action of my first successfully set official time trial time at VIR full in the Ferrari 488 GT3. And the setup is, I've got that posted in the Discord. I'll slap this little review of these 4 laps right under that, since I can't access the garage here in the replay mode. The official time trial time was at 150.116 with 2 mid to high 150s and 2 mid 149s. I did actually get a 148 barely, but honestly, none of these laps are any good. There's not really much to learn from this. Definitely no pros are going to just get a good lap out of this, because this is a noob trying to figure out how to drive a GT3. And there's not a lot of resources going on for the Ferrari for forums and setups. It doesn't even get a the general guide for the IMSA and the blank pane on the forums. You know, like, hey, this week on iRacing, the blank pane will be running this track, and here it's got links for the setups on all the cars that are involved, all the different multi-class cars that are involved in the IMSA, and and then and no love for the Ferrari GT3. So I'm trying to figure it out, and so the setup that I've got posted there is clearly a work in progress. But over my many hours this week trying to get a grasp, wrap my head around the car, get better at it, it's an improvement over the baseline. Yeah, I mean, I've gone from just completely hating driving a thing because it's so boring. It doesn't give me any feedback at all. Doesn't talk to me. It's just either boring or it's around and no idea why. To actually able to find an edge on it, taking some of the punch out of the rear with that differential preload. And losing I've gotten away from all the tech, most of the tech stuff. I've still got the ABS at 1. I did a lot of my getting used to it this week with the ABS off and the traction control off to force me to get better with the throttle control and to find the threshold on the brake pedal. And I'm still enjoying running it with the traction control off. It does require a little bit of work with this setup because it will try to go around under acceleration, especially since I've got the mix back to the default of 1. So I was running at 7 there for the Daytona 24 because I could not control the rear end in any respect. But now we've got I've gotten a lot better at understanding the car. It talks to me a lot more with all the tech stuff turned off, so it actually feels like I'm driving a car instead of the car driving me. And then I've been able to, with that, I've been able to then adjust the setup with a little bit more oversteer in the front, dropping the height, lowering the rake, increasing the camber, getting a good balance on the camber, to get more of a feel for, I think, this track. Yeah, we go back and forth between the Glen and VIR this week with it, and definitely I've got 2 different resolves going on the 2 different tracks. Like, what works at one does not work at the other one. So I'm feeling okay with the build that I've got around here. Granted, the times suck. I mean, these are not respectable times at all. But after a week of a week of trying to figure out the car, and really getting away from my MX-5 so much that I'm kind of in pain. I'm kind of hurting myself because really I've been enjoying the challenge, but I'm not having fun driving it. But then in my last few hours today in the Ferrari, I actually started to find an edge, or find the edge, where I was able to get the car to the edge but still hold control of it, and the car was talking to me, and I really felt like I was driving a race car for a change. So in the end, it's been a lot of work this week, but I was starting to feel something, and I'm hoping that the setup and the weather conditions when I jump into it later on will hold true, and there'll actually be some learning there, not just what I was getting more comfortable with over the course of many hours of back-to-back laps. So there's the hope there. Alright, I've rambled through enough, and we're coming up. Here's the end of lap 8, so I'll just turn this off and let lap 8 finish up, and then let lap 9 run through. And then I'll take a little gander. I'll show where lap 10, where I screwed up on lap 10. A quick little insight into where that throttle control is still very important with this thing. Of course, you can notice just how bad my racing line is, and all the areas where there's loads of room for improvement here. So, shutting up. Enjoy the last lap. There we have some back-to-back 149s in a time trial. Jump this forward. Oh, that went the wrong way. There we go. Well, why are you doing that? Stupid, stupid. It's not me. Go back a lap. There we go. That got to it. And there you can see a little accelerator, and it didn't go all the way around. It actually, this was actually a nice little uphill stretch where I clipped all these things pretty well, I think, so memory serves. Clipped them good, skimmed it good. I was pushing it. Accelerator went out, but it didn't. I was actually able to keep it there, which was the that was the rarity, because too many times there when the rear's starting to go out with all the build changes and whatnot, it just becomes a quick and instant fail. And there it's handling the curbing really well. There's still a lot more work that I could have done there, and then there's that. It still needs a little bit of control in the rear. I'll let that go. It's almost 10 minutes of just me talking to myself in a couple laps. So practice smart, stay up.